Hello and welcome back to Need for Speed Unbound. Now you already know what this means. It's time to talk. Now if you're not aware, okay, Battlefield 6 has just been revealed, okay. The first trailer came out I think 24 hours ago and it looks good. But you're probably wondering, why are we talking about Battlefield in Need for Speed Unbound? Well, let me tell you why. Now if we go to Twitter, okay, this is the last thing Need for Speed posted before, well, the end of the road for Need for Speed. Okay, now if we click on that, that takes us to this page, which just basically says that the entire development team working on Need for Speed has shifted to work on Battlefield. Okay, now if that sounds a bit familiar to you, alright, I have spoken about this in my recent video. The entire development team working currently on Need for Speed has moved to, well, help develop Battlefield, which ultimately means no Need for Speed until Battlefield comes out. Now, okay, if we go to Battlefield's Twitter over here, we can see that the first trailer of Battlefield has come out. Now you're probably wondering also, why is that so important? Now everything I'm going to say next could possibly, there's always that chance that it could possibly be terribly wrong. Okay, that there is that chance, but I am so confident that EA is going to repeat their actions. And you're probably wondering, what am I on about? So if we take a look here, December 2nd, 2022. Remember that. 2022 is when Need for Speed Unbound came out. Now let's go to Battlefield 2042, the current Battlefield. Oh no, it's exactly a year from the release of Need for Speed Unbound. Now what I'm essentially saying is that they've moved the team to work on Battlefield, yes, and that's also something they did before Need for Speed Unbound, during Need for Speed Heat, okay? Back then the team also moved to, well, assist with the development of Battlefield 2042. Now that game came eventually out, and then the year after that, we first started getting some news and leaks and teasers on the next Need for Speed, aka Need for Speed Unbound. Now could this mean that we might see the next Need for Speed next year in 2026? That's very likely. I definitely personally think that that is the case, because it just makes sense. That's what they have done previously. There is that chance that they might repeat the previous actions. But yeah, like I said, take everything I say with a grain of salt in this video, because there is that chance that we might not even see Need for Speed next year, which is gonna be crazy if that is the case. But as we know, currently there is no team working on Need for Speed from what we know, but there might be a small portion of people working on it, just continuing onwards whilst they wait for the other team to come back. But I'm also curious what you guys think about this theory. Now let's talk about the potential release date of the next Need for Speed. So from what we have seen, or well, from what I have seen in the policies and stuff for Battlefield 6, because you can wishlist that game now, and by the way, it's only for next gen consoles, so yes, thank goodness. That means also the next Need for Speed is going to be next gen only. But anyways, we're getting a bit sidetracked. Let's talk about the release date further. So Battlefield 2042 came out November 2021. Alright, and Need for Speed Unbound came out December/end of November 2022. So exactly a year from now. Now what we have seen is that Battlefield 6 might come out in October. Okay, October 10th to be specific. Now could we see Need for Speed in October next year? Possibly, maybe. But personally I think it might be a bit later on, like November again and stuff. Because usually it takes like 11 months, like they did between Battlefield 2042 and Need for Speed Unbound. So I think around about November, yeah, November should be a solid time for Need for Speed to launch next year. Now when could we see the first trailer for Need for Speed 2026? Well, that depends, okay. Now the first trailer of Need for Speed, well, the reveal trailer of Need for Speed Unbound, was revealed the 6th of October. Alright, so that's about a month before the game came out, or a little bit more than a month before the game came out. So we might see legit news from EA themselves regarding Need for Speed 2026 around about early October, mid-October, there around, and then November we will also see Need for Speed releasing. At the time of recording this video, we don't have any news about the next Need for Speed. And everything, like I said in this video, could be wrong. There's always that chance. But going off previous games and history with EA, I solidly believe that we could see the first teasers or reveal of the next Need for Speed October next year. That's about a year and 2 months from now, or 14 months from now. I believe we'll release in November next year, which is, I think, a pretty realistic prediction. Because if Need for Speed takes 5 years to develop, then I'm actually gonna shit myself. Okay? That's a bit ridiculous, quite frankly. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you found this helpful, please leave a like and subscribe, as does help me out. And without any ado, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, goodbye.